Today, Precarious plays
The Legend of Zelda Minish Cap.
I've been thinking about a discouraging subject recently.
Okay.
Are you ready? Have you readied your disappointment receptors? Good. I'm glad, otherwise this sucker would sting. I've been thinking about AAA. Now I'm gonna broaden the scope. I've been thinking about expansive games development. I don't know if it's worth it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
I don't know if the... You can cancel with R, okay.
Okay, I forgot that I could cancel with R, and then I was just like, okay, run out of gas, please.
I don't know if my ability, if anyone's ability, to play Red Dead Redemption 2 is worth the legitimate, widespread suffering, the cruelty that it took to bring it into the world to be experienced. I don't know if... So there are a lot of horror stories that I've heard mainly about Western big budget developers.
Yeah.
I can't imagine... Oh, and Western and... So I'm gonna say like North American, European, and I can't remember the nice big word for like Icelandic type spaces. So Russia and I can't remember Poland. I think there are a few Polish studios right now that are suffering in a very public way. I apologize if I apologize to Poland if I accused you of having an array of those seedy game developers. Didn't mean to besmirch your nation.
I can save in here, right? Awesome.
Probably. Although I think it'll still take you back to the start of the dungeon, but
I'll have a ferry.
And it has the little red portal takes you right around the corner from this door.
I just want the ferry.
Nintendo is usually very tight-lipped with how they develop their games, but I can't imagine that people didn't suffer to make Breath of the Wild, to make Super Mario Odyssey. Wait a second, what am I talking about? No, of course there are big names. There are big, like, Sakurai, I think. The lead developer of Smash Bros. He had to, like, hook himself up to an IV at work.
This is not appropriate.
No, but it's part of it. Like I feel like it's a what is an appropriate idiom? It feels like they're getting it coming and going. Or maybe more. It feels like there's a national rock and a professional hard place where Japanese business culture is already inclined to that kind of self-sacrifice.
Yeah.
And then game devs are like, but we have our own special brand. It's called Crunch, and you're gonna sleep under your desk for the last 3 months before this game comes out. How does that sound?
The way you said crunch made me envision cereal. Like it's a box of controllers. They're tiny, but they're still plastic and you have to eat them. That's crunch.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's made out of recycled Atari ET cartridges. Not even like a delicious chocolatey goodness. It's just it's a literal plastic. So you focus on this. I should explain, this is the second time we've tried recording this today. This boss resulted in some hurt feelings. We ultimately decided that we didn't want to derail the Good Times Express. So we decided to take a break and then try to record this again from the virtual console save point, so we wouldn't miss having any of it recorded. But I'm just going to focus on telling my stories.
Yeah, because this takes a lot of attention for me.
No, you go. You do the you need to do. I wonder if maybe big game developers shouldn't just stop trying. I mean, that's impossible. Somebody's always going to try because they're going to almost said a very bad word, like a really hard curse. Some opportunistic individual is going to see a business opportunity. They're going to see a gap in the marketplace. So they're going to say, I will be the one to reopen a big AAA studio, and I will capitalize on the market space, not having a new Call of Duty or a new Assassin's Creed or a new just just a big game, big name. You can get the pot and you can suck up that heart.
I'm not interested.
Okay.
Let me do what I gotta do.
All right, that's fine.
Doing the doings.
So, here's my pitch. My pitch is, what if EA and Ubisoft and Nintendo, to probably a similar extent, what if they all just said, we're gonna put a cap on dev time or like work hours, and we're just gonna wait until the development software, the tools for development improves such that we can make these huge games again, but in a humane way. Because what I'm thinking about, we've been watching Log Horizon, which is the isekai, another world anime that broke the genre for me. Because Crunchyroll just, bless their hearts, they just are flooded with otherworld type stories. And,
Really? Sorry. A surprise happened.
I saw that.
Really?
Really?
Like, really though? Okay, so sorry. Log Horizon.
Yeah,
is where you were.
No, you keep going with your nonsense here. We've been watching Log Horizon, and it is very good. I like it quite a lot. But it makes other world stories seem very,
Ooh.
I was gonna say juvenile, but
Yeah, I think that's what that word means. It's like the epitome of being juvenile. Sorry, I need to stop participating
right
in
now.
what?
it turned its back.
I know, why did it do that? That's fine. Let's... No, go...
Oh, it did it again? Just gently move down. Yes, and then swing the staff. Perfect. Just run over the flames. Okay, not...
Can't. Now I'm stuck.
But if you can just step on it. Yep, there you go. And then hit it with the sword, and maybe that's good enough, because you got a fairy. Everything's fine. Everything's fine and good. This is the Chill Times Express.
Alright.
I saw the platform shaking, so it might be ready to move, but...
That's okay. If I can get in a couple of hits, I still have my fairy, if you may notice.
Yeah.
But let us not pay attention.
Right. So, Log Horizon. I've been thinking about those kinds of stories, and specifically the first show that made me wonder about this was Sword Art Online.
Mm-hmm.
Because I was thinking, like, how would somebody develop such a intricate, fully realized virtual space? And I realized, like, oh, it's the headgear, it's the nerve gear that they wear to play the game. The developer tools must just run on the same technology. It must just be awesome, right? Mm-hmm. Like, to develop the game, they probably just made really sophisticated developer tools where they would... you remember how the Hitchhiker's Guide movie, what I think is the most recent one, showed, like, the creation of a planet?
Yeah.
With, like, the people standing there with giant hoses?
Yeah, I love that. That's one of my favorite scenes.
I'm imagining something sort of like that, but imagine, like, a virtual palette that one of the developers is walking around...
Crud.
...in VR with.
Crud.
You should turn back, because it already...
I still have
the crystal collapsed.
You're right. Okay, but that... Okay, never mind. Shh. Hush. Hush, no one talk. I mean, everyone talk, except for me.
The point is, I wonder if maybe real-world developers, maybe the most humane thing to do is to just give up on big development until, like, they can... Actually, whenever I think of it that way... No, they would still need people updating it, because there would always be new requirements. It's not that different from software development in real life. But imagine how much more humane it could be if... Because then wouldn't people just scale it up? Then wouldn't people just demand, like, oh, well, we're just going to insist that you make No Man's Sky, but we're going to assign a planet to each developer, and then they're gonna have to spend 3 years meticulously flying around a VR landscape with their like sense hijacking reality bubble, like the alternate reality that they are placed in. They're just gonna have to fly around and sculpt the landscape. Yeah, maybe it's just... Maybe there's no good solution. Maybe no matter what happens, there's always gonna be some jerk sitting at the top who's demanding too much of people to try to get one up on other people, other jerks, which is the strongest language I'm willing to use right now.
I think there would have to be a fundamental philosophical shift in the nature of innovating in video games. And I don't see that happening anytime particularly soon.
Well, whenever I started talking about this, I thought like, okay, well that could be it. If the tools change so dramatically that someone could, like, that's the dream. Like, that's the idea. What if someone could paint or sculpt an environment as quickly as they could think? Like, they would envision it in their mind and it would just show up in 3D around them to reflect that, right? But thinking about it, it's like, no, that people would just, they would just demand more with that improved tool set.
Yeah.
So I don't think that it can be solved in a technological way. I think it has to be solved in a social way.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm getting dangerously close to just saying that game developers should probably unionize.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I had my shield up. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm starting to get fatigued.
Right now? Ooh.
Oh, I already have it on there.
Just up, yep, and then move to the side,
around,
and then put the sword on. The
This
sword
might-
on. You need the sword online.
Yeah.
This is what you up.
Please. Thank you. Blah! I didn't even use my fairy. I'm tired.
All right. Well, goodbye. Goodbye, everyone. Remember, whenever game devs decide to unionize, don't be a jerk about it.